Happy Wednesday, my beautiful YouTube family. Today I'm going to show you how I recycled an old tomato cage and turned it into a pumpkin tree with some pumpkins from my arch last year. First things first, what you're going to need are going to be some fake pumpkins. And I say fake because obviously you can reuse them like I am right now. I did a DIY pumpkin arch last year, so I decided to try something new this year. You will also need some fall garland or whatever kind of filler you want to use. I just had this from last year, so I'm just reusing it. Then some snips that can cut through tomato cage metal, gloves, and electrical tape. And obviously you can't forget about your tomato cage. You can pick this up at a hardware store. I had one on the side of my yard for whatever reason and decided to put it to use. You want to put on your gloves because this is a little rough on your hands. Grab your metal shears and just work the long pieces of metal around the circle by cutting it off so that way you completely detach it, and do that to all of the circles of this tomato cage. Obviously you want to carve your pumpkins, but you also want to make two holes that you can kind of feed onto the tomato cage. I had two existing holes because I was feeding PVC pipe through this last year. After you cut the holes, you just want to feed your pumpkins on, and that part is totally up to you and how you want it to look. I kind of did mine at random with two different colors, and then when I liked one layer and I wanted to support it, I went in with my electrical tape and just wrapped it around a bunch to connect it back essentially to each of the walls of the tomato cage, if that makes sense. I continued that same process until it was full to the top and how I liked it. To connect it back at the top, I just took my electrical tape and wrapped it around a bunch of times. So this is what mine was looking like, and I wasn't too sure if I was feeling it or not, so I just went ahead and stopped adding pumpkins and just added garland. I wrapped it around and I filled in the spaces that were totally empty, and then if I needed to secure it, I went in with a staple gun and just made sure that that garland was sticking there. Hear me out. When I stepped back from this, I was just lost on what I created. It just looks like a Halloween Christmas tree, and it really threw me off, and I wasn't a fan. I decided to add fake candles to every single jack-o'-lantern that I carved out to see if that maybe changed my mind a bit. Once I saw it in the dark, I really fell in love with it because it matched my DIY Halloween decor window that I just did. That was like a Nightmare Before Christmas type of vibe. This did take a little bit of finagling, and I'm not quite sure if I'm in love with it. I do have a couple of DIY builds that I am adding to the fall decor to like our front porch area. So I think that will pull it all together when I get to building those. But as of now, I'm not too mad at it. I know that I need to detail it more, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I do have to say, even though I was a little bit uneasy about it, nothing beat when the mini human walked up from gymnastics and was just so excited that the front porch was transitioning to Halloween officially. So that was totally worth it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you Friday for another DIY.